Alright, who we got on BestsPointOfViewTV today?
516 Flex, Rochester producer. What's good?
What's good? So how'd you come up with your name first of all?
First it was Bobo Flex. Well, it all started, bro, like when I started producing and coming up. I was doing shit on like my iPad, MPC Go, and my boy FTG. We at My Made Studios, of course. I asked him what I could do for the team and shit, and he's like, yo, start making beats. So I didn't really have that much money, didn't have that much equipment, and I just started making beats on MPC, and then everyone just started calling me Bo and Bo Flex, and then I just kept it to Flex, 516 Flex.
So you didn't know nothing about making beats, you jumped in because you just want to be a part of the team.
Yeah, and like when I first came up, like making beats, I'll never forget this one kid. I'm not gonna say his name or give him clout, but we was in high school and he said, like, he saw me at studio sessions on FTG Snap and shit, and he's like, what do? You just turn the light switch on and off? And I'm like, damn, I really gotta get on my shit. Like, I'm not gonna have no dude dog me like that. So
right.
Now I started coming up, buying equipment, got my MacBook, and then got a machine, got my DAW, my program, and then I just started cooking.
Well, like, so when you first started, like, how would you learn it? Was you watching YouTube videos or you just playing around?
I researched my program specifically for a while before I bought it, and I started watching tutorials. So right when I got it out of the box, I knew what to do. So it probably took me a good like I've been producing probably since like April 2017, and I started like collabing with people about like a year later, half a year later. So I didn't seriously start producing and like making quality till probably like I'd probably say like a year ago.
So I know, like, well, all producers, every producer has their own sound. What's your sound, and how do you go about finding your sound, especially in the beginning?
My sound, I'm just trying to make a new wave. I'm not trying to make beats that everybody else does, you know. Like, I'll probably say it's definitely like more on the electronic side, but I use acoustic instruments and stuff like that. But it's a lot of outer space sounds, lots of like, the biggest thing is just like the versatility. I like to make all different types of shit. And I like to when I get in the booth with people and artists, I like to get them out of their comfort zone and, you know, give them something that they've never heard before. Because you can go on YouTube and get a beat from anybody. You can get a free beat from anybody. But when you come to me and, you know, an actual producer, you get something that no one else is gonna have. I like sound exclusives more than anything. Like, I don't really like leasing stuff. I like the artist to get the beat, have it forever, and then just go off on it, you know?
Well, so you're not the type of person like to, cause I feel like a lot of producers probably put their beats on YouTube to try to build their name up. How do you go about trying to build your name up?
I mean, to be honest, it was word of mouth. Like, once people saw what I could do and I started reaching out to people, then people started to hit me up. And I have nothing against YouTube producers, you know, like, it's a good way and to get your beats out and shit like that. And I'm probably gonna have like vlogs and YouTube videos soon and tutorials, but it just really wasn't my lane. I kind of the biggest thing I'm known for is pulling up to people's houses and cooking. And that's like where I got most of my success, is like I was a rolling studio, you know, minus the mic and interface. I just pull up with my speaker, my beat equipment, my keyboard, and my drum machine, and I cook up for people. And I started getting traction that way, because when I came up to cook up, everyone's like, damn, this kid's making a beat in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh, so you make beats in 5, 10. So like, so say for instance, if I was an artist, right, and I came to you and I'm like, I want this certain sound for this album, you can just cook it up like that, you know, it doesn't take you that much.
Yeah, and most artists really aren't that picky. Like, I just was cooking up today for my boy Steez, and we sit down, I say, what are you in the mood for, what you trying to get, and like, I want this instrument. I don't like when people say I want this type of beat, you know. I try to go the extra mile to give someone something unique. I mean, if you have a sound or a reference track, I can do that, but I've had way too many people hit me up and say, like, I want this beat recreated. Like, I want something original, not only for you, but for me. Like, I don't like hopping on waves. I don't like, you know, hopping to genre and stuff. Like, here's the one thing about producing. You got to stay like relevant of what the sound is, but you really got to like stay in your lane and know like what your sound is. Like, and developing a sound takes time, and it's just, you know, trial and error, experiment, you know, get different VSTs, get different sounds. And bro, I was making beats with stock sounds and stock plugins for like a year or two, and when I was coming up, all my beats were, you know, stock sounds, shit that came with my program that I didn't even have to pay for. So I mean, I can make a beat like, well, whatever. I mean, it's a person behind the computer. It doesn't matter if you're cooking up off some shitty headphones. It doesn't matter if you have, you know, your dad's old Dell laptop that's slow as fuck. Like, that's what I started producing on. Like, I didn't have a MacBook. Like, but you just start building, you know, your equipment and instruments and stuff like that, and, you know, you'll get it.
Alright. So moving forward, who was the first artist you got like a placement from, like that used like that actually put your beat up?
So that whole story, this is basically how I came into the game. So at least like, you know, locally in Rochester.
Right.
So I was at MCC and my boy Sly, shout out Sly, bro, that's my brother. But it was like the first or second day of class, bro, and he looked over at my laptop and I had a bunch of song files, and he's like, yo, what are those? Like you do pictures or something? And I'm like, nah, I make music. And he's like, oh, you record? I'm like, nah, I make beats. He's like, yo, I know these dudes from Double H, and I heard of Geo before, and then he introduced me to Beachwood, and he's like, yo, send these beats to them, or send these beats to me, and then I'm gonna send them over, and then we'll see where it goes. And literally the next day, Beachwood and Geo hit me up. I gave them my number, and they started hitting me up, and then we were making music ever since. And the biggest like break that kind of like set me like into the scene in Rochester was 2 songs I had on Geo 3. And you know, shout out Geo, bro. Like we got a really cool sound. I gotta get back up with him and start working with him.
Let people know what song it is if they don't know what song.
So I produced the first song, which is Ghost off Geo 3, and then Asteroid with Lil Debo. And I produced almost all the songs on Beachwood Chase's Midnight Pill, and Beachwood Chase and I have singles and shit out. And we locked in. We were working for a while, and that's really like how I developed my sound. Like, you know, I gotta shout out both of them because they developed my sound, pushed me harder. And the other thing that I'll say, like, that made me successful is always having beats on deck, always having beats, because I could be in the airport, I could be in my car, I could be anywhere. And, you know, if they're hopping the studio, I'm about to be in the studio an hour, I would either have beats ready and send them like right off my phone, or, you know, fucking put that bitch in sport mode and ride across the town to my fucking house and start cooking up. By the time they got there, they got their beats. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always try to be reliable because, you know, that's why people come to me. I just like, I'm consistent. I always got it.
With you always having the beats, how many beats would you say you're making like in a day?
It all varies. You know, like I take breaks. Like as a producer, you got to take some breaks, but you can't let like shit slip you. Like you have to be consistent. I mean, just like artists have artist block, right? Beat makers have beat block.
Right.
Like there's gonna be times where like you get mad frustrated. You just gotta like step away, go outside, work out, do some shit, smoke for a sec, and then fucking come back to it.
I know with certain art, like certain producers, they find, like people might say they had the same type of style. You ever find yourself making the same sound every trip, or like, or how are you able to create a different sound every trip? Like, cause it might be the same place you're creating a beat at.
I mean, like for drums and shit, I stick to kind of like some of a code, but I try to always switch it up. I don't like making shit that sounds too similar every beat. Like every artist and every producer's got their like signature go-to that they go to. You know what I'm saying? But I always try to like be a step ahead of the curve and like make something that's gonna stand out and try different shit and experiment, because like that's the only way you're gonna progress. The same way I try to get artists out of their comfort zone, I try to get myself out of my comfort zone and make stuff that's like, you know, I've made 4 on the floor beats, dance hall beats. I mean, I made all kinds of different music, like soul music. You don't put yourself in like one box. Yeah, cause it's limiting. Like, you know, artists are doing all different shit these days. Like even in the industry, like, you know, big rappers and shit. Like you see people singing that really don't sing. or you see people rapping on like a hard ass beat, like a trap beat that don't really like, they're not really in that. So like it all varies. But you know, I try to cater to people as best as I can, but most of the time people just want me. They don't want, you know, something specific. They just want, you know, they come for a flex beat. They don't come for someone else's beat.
Right. So like going forward with this producing thing, right? Do you ever run into situations like where people don't want to pay for beats? And you want everything for free because you're still building your name.
So
I know a lot of times people respect the credibility of somebody's thing, like who you work with, like how many views it does or something like that.
Like here's the thing. When I started coming up and shit, like some of the people I started making music with, like they're getting beats for life because we split streams and they do a lot for me and they get people coming to me for beats and I do a lot for them by producing their projects and shit. So the thing with payment is like with a producer and an artist, you have to really gauge, and I learned it pretty quick because like if you don't have no name, no reputation, not a lot of people know you, you don't have a lot of exposure, like you're gonna have to come up and you're gonna have to like give out beats for free. Like every producer is gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Like if people are coming in this game and want to start getting into producing and you think it's a money pit and you're just gonna be like getting those racks as soon as you start laying down keys, like you got it all wrong. Shit comes with time, but you have to really be prepared and be sure you're at that level where you can be charging for beats. And I see some people shouting out crazy prices for beats, and like that's cool. Like if you feel you're at that level, that's fine. But like, you know, $50 for a lease and like $150 for an exclusive, $100 for an exclusive. Like really competitively, the prices ain't that bad.
Right.
But the quality is like what you're paying for.
Right.
And the crazy thing is like people that aren't necessarily like in the spotlight, like really coming up and shit, they're the ones who spend the most money with me because they want to invest in their craft. They want to invest in them getting something unique, so they're not going to sound like anybody else. And that's like the best thing. Those people, I'm like, you know, they're going to go places because they're shopping with me. They're getting a beat that no one else is going to have. And at the same time, like they're serious about it and they want to pay.
I think oftentimes with that, it's like big rappers that got a big name for themselves probably feel like they probably look down on producers sometimes. They feel like you need me where I need you. Like
the dynamic is that I've always said to fellow producers and artists and shit is like, if someone's bigger than you, right? Like, and when I'm saying bigger, it don't even have to be no clout shit. It doesn't even have to be followers, and it certainly isn't money. But if someone makes either better music, better quality, getting like more views and shit like that, and I'm not saying clout, like I'm saying like views, like, you know, actual statistics, and if the producer reaches out to them, that's a free beat like kind of situation. Like I'm giving you a beat, working with you, establish the relationship, and like keep working. Like that's the best thing to do, and that's where like I've had most of my success. But if people are coming to me and they want to beat, like, or people send me their story posts or something like, yo, all producers send beats to this email, like it's really not doing it for me, and there's really, you know, and if it's not promoted right and you know, not tagged in the credits and shit like that.
Yeah, let's talk about that too. A lot of times you might see a video get uploaded, right? And if it was a big producer, like who's a big producer, like for instance, you see Casman AP, you want to see produced by Casman AP and the music that gets uploaded. But a lot of times, does not put the producer who made the beat in the song. Like
yeah, I mean, most people got tags. I had one, but I'm not gonna get into that. I don't have like that tag no more. But I've been cool without a tag, and the thing is like everyone says like you need a stamp, you need that, and I've been okay without it because like that's your beat at the end of the day. Like if you want a tag or don't want the tag, that's fine. And like people are gonna know that it's my beat just based off its music. And like a lot of people would say, damn bro, like you don't have a tag, that shit. Well bro, most of the time like I don't need one. Like you hear that shit, you know it's a flex beat. But I mean tag coming soon, but like I don't really be stressing it like that.
recently I've been seeing you work with a lot of like Beast Boy Nino and Zedman and the whole Pressure Gang North. You even got as your profile picture.
Yeah, I am in Pressure Gang North as well as Novus Mob. Like that's the two groups I mainly work with, and my boy FGG. You know, we at the studio. Like I'm always cooking up here. Wow. But the Beast Boy Nino story, so the first time I met Beast Boy Nino, I was cooking up at Beastwood Chase's house, and I was cooking up with Gio and him, and I think Yop was there, a couple other people were there, and he saw me cooking up, and like that's how I got known. It's like other people would pull up and they'd be like, damn, this kid's like just taking the time out of his day. Like, you know, most producers, you can do shit from your room, but I like being with the artist because number one, like I said, they get exactly what they want, and number two, they're part of the creative process. Like I dislike, I won't say I hate, because like if you're paying, I'll redo the beat 100 times. Like if you pay me and you're not satisfied, like I'll redo the beat until you like it. But you know, oh, I don't really like that in there, I don't really like that, takes that shit right out of the equation. I'm already there, they're getting exactly what they want, they know where the verse is supposed to be, where the hook. That's the other thing about my arrangement with songs. Like the arrangement in a rap song or like a trap song is usually like, you know, your intro, then your hook, or maybe they do a verse first, and then after the hook, like it's your first verse, or after your first verse, it's the hook, and it's just like that. It repeats, and you got that feature that's in there, either in the middle of the song or the end. I like it, but I try to arrange it different. I try to, you know, put a beat switch up in something and like have the audience, have the listener be like, oh, like that's great. Like when did this come in? Like instead of like a normal bridge, some of my beats, like it just switches up right off the gate. Like you're listening, and it's like right in your face. I like in your face beats, you know what I'm saying? Like beats that kind of like draw you in like right off the gate.
Right. So, talk about how, so you say you met them at Beast Boy Chase House.
Yeah, that's the first time. So then I met Beach Boy and Zan at Geo3, the Geo3 release party with Geo. He was in Blue Studios, and I met a bunch of people there, linked up with Rocket Vendetta, started working with him too. And I got in contact with them, and I sent a bunch of beats to Beach Boy probably like earlier 2019, right? Mm-hmm. And then I hit him up before I went to college. And I hit him up and I'm like, yo, I don't know if you ever got those beats way back. And he's like, nah, like different email. He's like, I got in-house producers because, you know, he signed a Pressure Gang Fam Goon. So he's like, I've got in-house producers, but if you just want to make music and like, you know, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, we can split streams, do projects. And then I pulled up to the first studio session. That's where I met you, bro. And like that shit was a movie, ain't it?
Right.
That shit was a movie. That shit was a movie.
Coming in,
yeah, bro. Like Louis Ben Haven was there. Beach Boy, Zan.
Oh, you mean Rich Baby?
Rich Baby. Yeah. He got on one of my beats. 500 Kels. Shout out Kels, bro. Like he went hard. We got a song coming out. Started up. That shit's fire. And then they were just going through beats, and I gotta say, like, Beast Boy Nino and Zan Marino, two hardest working artists I've ever worked with, bro. And probably in the city, probably period, bro. Like, period? I mean, yeah, period, bro. Like,
oh, they said period, like the artist.
Nah, period, bro. Cause like I've been in the studio multiple times with them, and I'll have beats ready, and I'll also be cooking up at the same time. Like I'll put my headphones on, I'll be cooking up at the same time. And they'll be making songs, it's like another one, and they don't waste no time, they don't bullshit. Right. Like, I've been in so many bro, I've been with FTG, and we pulled up with different artists at different studios and shit, and like, first 30 minutes, hour, motherfuckers.
To your beat.
Nah, bro, they rolling up backwards, wasting time, wasting studio time and shit, bro. Like,
I see somebody say they wasting that, like, that's why, I don't know, because some rappers like punching it in, they feeling the vibe, but at the same time, you could bend it that, you could just go through this.
Bro, if you don't, like, there's another thing, but with being successful in the studio and studio etiquette, like, you probably heard it multiple times from multiple producers, but don't bring, you know, yes men or like, you know, people that are not doing shit in the studio. They, number one, distract you, and number two, there's no reason for them to be there. Like, maybe if it was, you know, yourself and you're doing like a promo video or something, like, that's cool, but the more people is not the merrier. Like, you want to lock in, really be focused on what you're having, like have a game plan there, have your beat ready, and like all that shit. I've had countless people go in, and I'm a producer, right? And this is when I was coming up. I'd be like, yo, I got beats. They're like, yo, go on YouTube. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'd be like,
so what's the point of even having me here then?
Exactly, I could do this shit from home. And I'd be cooking up and they get on one of my beats, it'd be like, alright, but I mean, that was when I was coming up. You have to realize, like, I didn't get out of the gate, like, making good beats. Like, a lot of my first shit was, like, trash. I go back to my first shit and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I go to my new shit and I'm like, every single beat I make is better than the last. So,
right.
Like, I'm always telling people, yo, this is my favorite. I tell FTG all the time. I'm like, yo, this is my favorite beat. This is my favorite beat. He's like, well, what about the one last week? I'm like, fuck that beat, bro. This new one, the shit. This new one's the shit. You know, this is the one. But, yeah, I got in the studio with them and, like, we just started working right off rip and built that relationship. And then, you know, kept in contact, kept sending them beats, always having shit ready. Like, again, bro, you have shit ready, you're reliable, and you're making fire, bro, like, you're gonna be successful. And now I'm part of Pressure Gang, still independent, but I'm part of Pressure Gang. And, you know, we got Trap is Law coming out soon. Zan Marino got another tape coming out soon. I got songs on that. Shout out Well Done Ace, that's the other producer I've been working with. Well Done Ace, fucking fire. We've been collabing and shit, but I've been collabing with other producers and shit. He's taught me mad game. Young Prophet, he from Florida. He got mad credit for mad people, but again, like, it's just like building that relationship is the most important thing. I paid him for a collab, paid him for another collab.
So what's the collab as far as producer wise? Because a lot of people might not be able to know what's
So it's stem track house or you send loops. So I'll send the melody, someone else, you know, we trade melodies, do the drums on them, send them back, and get them placed. So
that's when people produce they come work together, that's what they do. But
yeah, so someone will do the melody, someone will do the drums. If we're not fucking with that, then, you know, whatever. But, I mean, Well Done Ace and Prophet, probably the only two producers I really, like, work with, like, exclusively, because... and for Nudo, shout out for Nudo, bro. He gave me mad game too, just like on the game and like how to like carry myself and how to hold myself and like how to get good at making beats and shit too. Like, shout out for Nudo, part of producer grind. I'm mad proud of him. Wavy ass producer from Rochester. Go check his shit out. Like, he working with the Kids season. I think one of his songs like he did like got insane amount of songs. Yeah, got mad streams. Yeah, but the one he produced for Nudo, like, famous on TikTok now, and like, you know, it's just that hard work, bro. Like, and the other thing with like coming up being a producer and artist, bro, don't worry about the next man, bro. Like, when I started off, like, I was always like comparing myself to people, but as soon as I stopped doing that and just focused on my craft and what I needed to do, that's when I got success. I stopped trying to collab with every other person, because like, you do that, like, you stretch yourself too much, like too far, where now you got this person that you got to work for free and this person you're trying to build this relationship. Like, best thing to do is like lock in with the group. And it's okay, because like, I feel artists and producers always like, their version of success is always being in the spotlight. Like, people always looking at them. They put out this video, and like, bro, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, not all of it's good. And again, who am I to say? Like, everyone's got different music preferences. Music's subjective, but like, I mean, it's really in the music industry. Like, you know, you hear one album, you go through it once. When's the next time you listen to the album? Right, never.
Because everybody has a different phase. They really say bullshit here today, and all that bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah. From Pound Cake, bro. But that's exactly what it is. I mean, if you keep putting out, you know, whatever, and just trying to make songs and stay in the public eye, that's only gonna help you so long. If you really work on a project and put your all into a project, promote it the right way, do the right shit, then it's about to blow. But like, putting out songs like every week, I get it. Like, if you're down to make music and you're doing that shit, I mean, good for you. Who am I to judge? Who am I to say shit? But I think, in my opinion, it's way more, you know, efficient and like better and more proactive to really like have a game plan on what you want to do. And like, honestly, Beach Boy Nino and Zan and like a couple other people, really the only people to do that. Like, cause I'll send out beats and people will sit on them, and you know,
Never use them.
I don't know if they like them or not. I don't get no feedback, but Nino and Zan always tell me what they're fucking with. Always like this one, don't like this one, whatever. Give me feedback. Oh, I want this different. You know, like that's how like artist producer relationship is supposed to be. And you know, I'm not saying I'm not exclusive, so I'm trying to have that, you know, with everybody. But it really comes down to like, what are you trying to do? What's your budget? What you're trying to spend? And what are your plans? Like what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what are your plans for the song and like for your future? Like, cause I mean, you can come buy a beat, but I really want to progress people. I don't, if I could have every single person I make a song with blow up cause of me,
Yeah.
and even if I just sold the beat and you blow up on it and make $1 million, like good for you, bro. But like, I made that beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I get that credibility from it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, asking for a beat and then kind of fucking with it, like holding on to it, like I don't know, bro. It's just some people really not serious about it. People not serious about like making music. And you see, I mean, you run a promo page, bro. You see how many rappers are here and there and
inconsistent. Like they not doing something work. They looking for more for the spotlight than the actual love for it. Like as you see a lot of times, they want to be famous. They want to be seen. They want to be known as a rapper.
Like this shit isn't like. Some people, if you're really firing, like you really got it in you and you got that voice and shit, like you're about to pop. But this shit like takes time. It is not a get rich quick scheme. But you can make a lot of money in the music industry. Like that's what I'm learning in college right now. You know, like just the whole business aspect of it. Like I'm trying to get my degree in music industry, so I could be this, and a producer. Like just opening mad doors for me, because there's so many opportunities that if people were really serious and wanted to do shit with me, like. Mad knowledge on how to make shit. I'm just locked in with Zayn and Beast Boy and really like focused on them and like, you know, doing shit with them because I've had the most success with them and they're real, bro. Like not Hollywood, like least Hollywood, like and my boys is up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like Pressure Gang, Fam Goon, like. Come on now, like, but never acted Hollywood, always kept it real with me, nice, considerate, all that shit, like, real as fuck, 10 toes down, like, those are my brothers for real, like, I'm Pressure Gang for life.
Right. So I know you mentioned being in college, talk about how you, like, I know, because me in college, you have a lot of schoolwork and stuff to do, like, so how you balance the two?
It's hard. It's been hard since I've been in it. I've thought about dropping out of college. I mean, if someone put a piece of paper and you know, I know how to read a contract. I know what contract's about now. But I wouldn't have known that had I not really gone to college. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd you go to college to study?
I went to MCC for business to get, you know, my associates, and then I transferred. I'm at Fredonia right now, and I'm doing music industry. And just in a couple months up there, like, my knowledge has grown so much. And just about the industry and how shit works and, like, how this shit really cutthroat, bro. Like, learning mad scenarios about how, you know, labels and shit are gonna want you to split up. They're gonna want their own people to like do shit for you, and like shit really doesn't scare me, because whatever's meant for me is meant for me, you know.
Right.
Like people gotta be like that too. If you miss an opportunity or shit's not going your way, like you,
next one.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's not meant. You know, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I've had so many situations like that, you know. And next thing I want to get into, bro, producers. Do not, and Fernudo can co-sign this, do not pay for placements. Do not pay for placements. If there's someone, if you reach out to someone and they say, yeah, $250 for me to use your beat, move on to the next. Don't even pay them any mind.
Cause they're probably gonna bullshit it. You don't go. They might even put the song
bro,
up.
I got scammed by coming up probably like a year and a half ago by like 3 artists, bro, and I only got one. Huh?
You want to say their name, like they Rochester rappers or like?
Hell no, they're not Rochester rappers. But I'm not gonna say shit. Like we figure shit out, kind of. But you know, a loss is a lot. You know.
Right.
I've really never taken no losses. I've had lessons, bro. Like I've really never taken a loss, but I've learned lessons. Like don't pay for that shit, cause honestly, like people that are big in the industry, they don't know you from the next guy, bro. Like, they don't really care. They're fucking feeding their lean addiction and shit, and they got perks to buy and shit, and other shit to buy. So that $250 that you gave them for a replacement, that $300, they're spending on drugs or strip club, bitches, some stupid shit. But it's just if you're an artist and you do that, you mad scummy, bro. Like I don't really fuck with
somebody coming up. But who are somebody artists you like to work for in the industry? Speak on the industry.
Industry, like, I mean, I fuck with Free Band Gang because, you know, Future, one of my biggest inspirations. You know, Wiz Khalifa, one of my biggest inspirations. But like, I don't really know, bro. I really think Rochester has a lot of talent and shit's overlooked. And if we all like work together and started like, as a producer, that's another thing I try to do. I try to get different people together because someone won't fuck with someone because they're from there. Someone won't fuck with someone because they're from that gang. Or someone won't fuck with someone because they don't really fuck with their shit. Like, I get it, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to be the one to change that. I'm not about to step up and make people friends, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, it's 80% business, 20% like craft, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, craft.
Like, 80% is business. Like, you just have to, like, the way you conduct yourself. Again, like, the reliability. Like, you gotta have fire. I'm not gonna lie, but like half the beats you're listening, like the Baby, Stunner for Vegas and shit, like they use hi-hat, clap, snare, a percussion instrument, and an 808, and that's it. No, you know those no melody type beats. Right. Like I made a couple, but I'm not really, you know, that's not my lane. Right. But you know, you could make those for the rest of your life and be popping. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that much, but yeah, bro, like.
Who's some people from the Rochester you rock with, like you probably haven't worked with, like that you will work with?
So 500 Pooh's fire. I do have a song with him and Gio. I don't know when that's dropping, but 500 Pooh's fire. I want to get back with Lil Debo. I only got one song with him. It's been in the vault for mad long, but want to get back up with him. Debo's fire. Like I said, everybody in Rochester's got talent, bro. Everybody's in Rochester's got talent. It's just like, who's gonna be the first one to reach out? Who's gonna be the first one? And like, you know, I'm not saying I don't need to collab with a bunch of people, but you know,
cool, yeah.
You know, whatever comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I could reach out to 1,000 people and look mad goofy and desperate to work with people. I'm not really desperate to work with people. Like I said, I'm locked in with Pressure Gang. Like, I got mad shit on the way. And shit that's coming out fucking on Halloween. Still working shit out with my distributor, but Halloween is Me, Myself, and Psychedelics is my beat tape. You hear some of that? I sent you some?
So when you made those beats, you said this is your beat tape, right? Why do you think it's important for a producer to put out a beat tape? You said you're gonna have a lot of people.
It's not for everybody, but the thing with my beat tape specifically is all these beats are going to be turned into songs eventually.
Right.
Like they've already been sent out for placements, and I'm you know, Beach Boy and Zan probably already got on them. Probably fucking did them last night for all I know. You know, they always working, but it's just to show my versatility. It's to show that like just some of my best work. And I made it spooky, bro. Like, it's Halloween. Halloween my fucking favorite holiday. If no one ever knew that, like, I fucking love Halloween and all that scary shit, bro. Like, you know, I like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I get to see my family. But Halloween, that's that spooky shit. That's that dark shit. Like, I like making dark trap beats. I like making shit that hits. It's fucking scary. It's like, you know, if you put that shit on with your mom in the car, she'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
Like, what you listen to?
Like some satanic. It's not no satanic shit, but like it's fucking. It's dark, but it definitely has a specific mood for Halloween. I put some different beats out there, and I also put some early on beats, and it's really just to show my progression. Once you hear it, like once people hear like some of the beats, like, aren't like 100% accurate mixed, and that's okay, because I want people to see where I came from, and like the beats that everyone's gonna fuck with heavy and go crazy over, like those are the beats like I really worked hard on, and like that's all the work that got me here. Like, again, when people pay me for beats, you're not paying for like the 5 or 10 minutes I can make a beat. You're paying me for the thousands and like hundreds and thousands of fucking hours I spent behind that laptop trying to perfect my craft and like get shit right. Cause like, bro, anybody can do it. It's like, it's just if you're really meant for it. And that's the other thing. Like, if you're sitting down, you don't know what to do with your life.
Don't just do something because you see somebody else doing it.
Exactly. I see so many people. It's like, whoa, you rap now? Like, you were just working construction like 3 days ago, bro. Like, What revelation did you have like last night that you're like I should be a rapper? And don't, bro. And
I mean,
that's
it's not nothing to dream, but like
no,
do it because you want to do it. Don't
exactly. If you think that you're just gonna be a rapper, blow up, and it's gonna be get money time, like, bro, you gotta run. Like, this shit takes time. Like, it takes hours. It takes heart, blood, sweat, tears. Your fucking whole soul poured into this shit. Like, I'm in it to make good music. I want good music that lasts. I want to put a stamp on my city. I want to blow up with people from my city. Like, I'll never turn my back on this city, bro. And like, Rochester slept on. We get overlooked because like
low market city.
Bro, but we get overlooked because we got mad violence and this and that, and this isn't good. But we gotta look at the good shit. Like, we're one of the most artistic fucking cities out there, bro. Like, as far as art, like visual, audio, dancing, like, I mean, bro, anything that has to do with the word art, like, we are the city for it. Like, especially before COVID, like, how many concerts we have in Rochester? Like, I know people from other towns are like, bro, we don't have that shit. But we all complain because we're here, but we just need to make the best of it.
Right.
And we gotta put them guns down. Like, I get it, like, world's dangerous and shit, but we gotta put that shit down, bro. We losing too many people getting shot,
People shit just don't need to be happening, like.
Bro, whatever happened to people using their fists, bro? Whatever happened to people like running?
People are afraid to take L's. That's what it be. Social media is making everything worse. You don't want to take an L and end up on Facebook and everybody making fun of you.
Okay, bro, but you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like,
pride.
FTG knows how many fights I've been in mad fights. Fights people probably back home don't even know about. But I've been in fights, I've been in scuffles and shit. Have I won every single one and like beat the fuck out of someone? Like, no, bro. Like,
but people can't accept that sometimes.
But getting a gun and taking someone's life, like, that's someone's kid, bro. Like, that's someone's child and shit. And I get that there's beef and shit, and some people might deserve it to some people. I get it, but I don't know. I think it would be better if we try to work together, because, bro, there's mad money to make out here, bro.
Right.
There's mad money to make, and if you're focused on that shit and praying on someone else's downfall and not wanting to see them succeed, like, you're a loser, bro. You a bum. Because, like, instead of comparing yourself to them and being envious, like, go get your bag, bro.
You gotta stop watching. Like, what did people? I think No Cap said. No, the baby said, like, I'm not paying attention to my own paper. Like, my teacher said, like, don't pay attention to don't pay attention to how much money is coming in.
Exactly.
And you gotta do what you gotta do.
You hurt yourself. Like, teachers always said, like, I really never fuck with, like, school and shit, but, like, teachers told me the best shit. Like, worry about yourself and do your own shit. Because if you're cheating and you're fucking trying to cut corners and shit and trying to take the easy route, yeah, you're cheating yourself, bro. Same shit goes for, like, working out. I mean, every aspect of life, bro. Like, you just really need to know what you're passionate about. And, bro, if you're passionate about fucking, taking out trash and you want to be a garbage man, go do that. They make mad money, bro. Like, you don't need to be, like, mad glamorous. Like, bro, look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing fucking sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Like, I'm not all fucking Gucci'd up and shit, but I do have Novus Mob merch. You feel me? You dig? Sure brought my hoodie and shit, but, like, that's another thing. Support local businesses. Support your friends. Like, I mean, you see mad shit on social media. Like, people always trying to get deals from people because they're their boys. I'll tell you right now, FTG, bro, I pay full price for every single fucking thing because that's my brother. Right. And, like, he run a business. And like,
I look at it like that. If you pay your brother for something, it's coming back to you because you might not, because if you go down, he's going to help you back up. Like, it's running in a circle. You know what I mean?
Honestly, if I had to say someone that, like, taught me a lot and is my big bro, that's FTG right there, bro. He's sitting right over there, bro. Yeah. Like, that's my brother. Like, we grew up together, like, on the same block and shit. Like did mad shit together, traveled the country together and shit. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, there's not a lot of people that I can really say, like, I fuck with, like, TG, because he taught me mad shit, like, how to carry myself, how, like, that's where I get my, like, confidence from, being a businessman, like, really hustling and trying to get a bag. Like, that's who I get that shit from, because, honesty, bro, like, too many people, like I said, are yes man, like, yeah, bro, that shit fire, bro. If there's something not fire in my beat or something, like, he'll fucking tell me, bro. Like, be fucking honest, bro. Right. Like, be honest, like, with your friends. Like, people just can't take constructive criticism. Like, bruh, if I don't repost your song and you send that shit to me, I probably didn't think it was fire. Or you're making a song like literally every single day and I don't have time to like go through that shit. And that's nothing to y'all. Like I still fuck with the people that do that shit. And like if I have the time out of my day to check something out, I will. And if I fuck with it, I'll repost it. But don't get upset or hold grudges because people don't fuck with your shit. I've had shit released and put shit out there and like no one reposted my shit. But I really know who fucks with me and who doesn't. But the same consistent people, like my friends, my family, the same people that always repost my, like I got so much love for y'all, for real. Because y'all want to see me succeed and y'all like my music, y'all like what I make, like genuinely. And that's like, you got to get that fan base first, I feel like. Like you can pay for this promotion and do this, that, and the next, but you really got to, like, to be successful and have that organic fan base, it's word of mouth, bro. That's how I came up. That's how I am where I'm at, is word of mouth. Like, people got talking about me and said, yo, this dude's dope at making beats. I was in Geo, you know, with Geo and fucking, and Beachwood Chase, and we were at the release party, and bro, Zane, I don't even know if Zane remembers this, but he came up to me, and, you know, I was getting his contact, and they were replaying the tape, or the album, and Ghost came back on. He's like, yo, who made this beat? And I'm like, oh, that's me. He's like, word, hit me. And like, I started making shit for Zan, bro. And that's how that shit's supposed to work, you feel me?
Oh, we about to wrap it up, though. Shout out BestsPointOfViewTV for even letting people know how to get in contact with you.
Yes, sir. Instagram's the best way. I check my DMs constantly. I'm always getting DMs, so DM me. I'm about to have a website up soon. Go check out Me, Myself, and Psychedelics, dropping on Halloween, October 31st. I promise it won't disappoint. It's about to be like, bruh.
Where can they listen to it at?
Apple Music, Spot is about to be on all platforms, and bruh, like we going up, bruh. It's Pressure Gang, it's Nova's Mob, you feel me? Like we out, bruh.
Check it. Trials and tribulations, I'm just trying to live my life, hoping I make the right decisions, cause I wanna live it right. I remember nights, no sleep, feeling weaker than 7 days. Now I'm using my clever ways to make sure my songs getting played. But these niggas doubt me, they think I'm not gonna make it. But soon I'm gonna be rich and happy, that girl getting naked. I promise you I'm the best, Supreme Nakshi. I'm on the rise, smoking dope and I'm getting high. Spirit, she floating to the sky. I wonder, is they gon' think I'm a joke because